Hello, everybody, and welcome back to more Misscliks D&D Seaborn. You have arrived in Volutin. You have your ally, your pet, your prisoner, your some interesting relationship, kobold, dogface, with you here.
Dogface. We take him on the ship. We introduce him to the rest of our pets, uh, and tell him that
Like
he
a
has
pet
to stay
date.
there for now.
I'd like to consult with the party about that. Not in
Consult
front
away.
of him.
All right. Well, I tell him he has to stay there, and then we can leave the ship for a while.
Be right back.
Wait, so you put him on the boat with the slaves?
And in fact, I tie him up or like restrain him somehow, and say
He
that
protests being tied very heavily and will
I
actively resist it.
I explained to him that we've brought him here under the guise of being a prisoner, and if he doesn't look like a prisoner, then our town might do bad things to him. So I want to protect him.
But pet, you say dogface your pet.
Our
Yes.
pet, not their pet.
But
They would want you as a pet and not understand that you're a pet and try to do you harm.
but friends.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing this, because we are your pets.
He makes a break for it and tries to leap off the ship.
Oh no!
Give me an initiative roll to see if you can react in time, or a dex check to see if you can catch him before he jumps off the ship. Oh shit! I don't think you're gonna make that. He rolled a 19, a natural 19. No. He does like a and just jumps off the ship and is now kind of in the bay and starts paddling to shore.
Can I keep chasing after him like continuously?
Yeah, you can outswim him too.
So I'm gonna go after him.
Yeah, I mean you can outrun the kobold, you can outswim the kobold. He's a persistent and crafty little fellow, but you are bigger, faster, stronger, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, while you're chasing this kobold around, trying to tie him up, the rest of the town is approached by, or the rest of the town approaches you guys, the rest of the party, and they ask, "What is going on?"
Well, that kobold knows where the kobold leader is, or will help us get it. And once we kill him, I think the kobolds will get back to being their original folk before the calamity occurred.
Original folk, still monstrous folk, all still need to be put down, like a rabid
I
dog.
don't disagree with you there. It's just that we kill their leader, they go back to being the backwater kobolds they are, instead of mounting raids on our town.
It's not a bad idea. Backwater kobolds are a lot easier to deal with than these organized sons of bitches. But I thought you already broke their ranks. I thought they, after that whole capturing the mayor thing, that they were broken and split.
Turns
I'm
out we
not
didn't
there.
quite get their leader, so we wounded him a lot, but he's crafty. We'll try to hunt him down for good this time.
I'm still swimming, right?
You're still swimming, and you're off a little bit ways. They're on the beach. Okay.
I like the idea of like this conversation calmly going on as I'm like splashing around in the water, and he's like, "No, don't get me!" And I'm like,
Give me a charisma check there, Bruno.
All right, let's see.
"26. Very nice. If your words hadn't already swayed them, this would have. People are super on board. They agree that getting rid of the kobold threat is needed, and if that means you have to tolerate this little bugger for a little while, that's okay. Around this time is when Maribel finally has dogface like pinned under her arm and is trying to
Yeah.
tie him up.
Then I stop Maribel and I say, I think that since everybody agreed, we should just let Dogface walk free and have him lead us to where the leader is at this
Oh no,
point.
then he might try to run away. We'll
I
need
mean,
to.
we can. I'm pretty sure by now he understands we can just keep chasing him anyway.
Not if he's in his home turf, or if he has like mountains or forests around. He could hide and get away.
I mean, what's his use if we just tie him and he stops talking?
Then he dies.
And what's the use of that?
Well, he'll probably want to not die.
Do whatever you think is best.
I ask Dogface, why did you try to leave?
Scary. No leg tie. No tie up.
Will you try to leave if I don't tie you up?
Mhm.
You will try to leave if I don't tie you up?
Go find Gloppy.
How would I find you again?
I come back.
How do I know you'll come back?
You kill Gloppy.
That makes sense.
He blinks a
You,
lot.
you understand that if you don't come back, I will find you and you won't enjoy the experience, right?
Hmm?
Do you have
Why
any
not?
idea where Floppy is right now?
Mm-mm.
Might he be at the Kobold Village?
Which one?
The big one, or are there a lot?
Big one abandoned. All gone now.
Why is that one abandoned?
Mm. He just jabbers at you in Kobold for like 45 seconds with lots of hand gestures. And then at the end goes, that why?
I don't understand Kobold. Could you repeat that in common?
Big village. All Kobold live. Well, many Kobold live. When Brimstone no big boss, no live in big village.
Brimstone is not the big boss anymore,
Mm-mm.
but Glob is?
Mm-mm.
Gloppy?
Mm-mm.
Gloppy no more boss.
Mm-mm.
Then what does Gloppy do?
Gloppy, big boss, other kobold.
Just not all kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller army. Smaller
All right,
tribe.
well, there is a risk involved with letting him go, but if we let him go and it turns out to be nothing, then it's one more kobold we have to deal with later. If we let him go and he does find Gloppy, it is of great strategic benefit. So I say we allow him to go along his way.
That's fine. Dogface, do you think there's any way that kobolds and us could be also friends if we met them instead of just fighting?
Kobold pet? Human pet?
Yeah.
What if daily meeting where we teach human, they teach kobold, and we drink and eat? Or weekly meeting. Council, we do decisions together. We plan things, build
Tribute.
things.
Give tribute, then pet.
Give tribute.
Mm-hmm.
What tribute?
Sheep, goat, food,
And what
tool.
do we get?
Pet.
Then you give tribute too.
Mm-mm.
Why we give tribute, you no give tribute?
Kobold Rule Island.
Kobold what?
Kobold Rule Island.
Disagree.
Servants.
No. No. We kill Displacer Beast. We
No
rule
deal.
Island.
And
All right, then.
we've had this conversation for like an hour, and all of a sudden, he says we're his servants. Like we've just talked about being allies, and he's been like, "Don't kill me, truce!" And then all of a sudden, he thinks that we're his servants.
That must be very frustrating for you.
Okay. Then I just talk to my group and I say, let's just start with killing the mean leader guy. And
One of
then
the
we'll see.
people in the town points to the water and goes, "Crab! Crab!"
All right, go off to your city, little kobold, but be sure to come back with information about where.
Everyone else is running around and grabbing weapons and
We have this
shouting
crab to
and
drill.
running different ways and freaking out.
Goodbye.
Dogface, could you teach us the kobold word for friend real quick? What is it in kobold?
Dogface has seen the Crabmen, and is he tied up right now, Anna?
No, I'm holding him under one arm.
Okay, he starts kicking and writhing and going, "Crab! Crab! Crab!" And then he just reverts to kobold and starts screaming in kobold and flailing.
I say, "Oh, you can't defend yourself from a crab? Oh, but you're servants. You must protect us from a crab." And I just let him squeal and kind of like take great joy in the fact that he's afraid.
All right,
Dogface,
3
just-
Crabmen are climbing up the beach. You guys have lost initiative. They get an extra round.
Oh no!
Just tell us the word and we'll let you
She
go.
was doing it, but it doesn't mean that we're all doing
Yeah.
it.
I'm sorry, I pointed and yelled crab, and everyone else is like, "I'm just listening to this conversation. This is
They
cool."
were waiting while I was monologuing.
Yeah, no one seemed in a hurry.
But we don't interrupt everyone to like do things all the time. I feel like it's okay if Anna lost her turn doing the kobold thing, but it's not cool if we all lose it because
I mean,
we
if-
didn't interrupt her.
You could have. It seemed to me like you guys didn't. No one seemed interested in the crabs and did not perceive them to be an actual threat. Am I alone here? I think all of chat
Yeah,
would
I
agree
think
with me
you're
that you
alone.
guys were all kind of like, whatever. We'll deal with the crabmen first, but first we gotta figure out the word for crab and kobold from Kloppy or from
No,
Dogface.
Friend.
I don't
Friend.
think that was the
But,
case at all.
Let's see what chat
That
says.
actually was my intention, but the crabs are not that close, right?
They were coming off of the water. I mean, they come out of the water, so they were pretty close by.
Oh, I'd be a little bit more concerned.
Yeah, I was surprised at the lack of concern by the party when people are freaking out and shouting crabs and running and getting weapons, and you guys are still talking with the kobolds.
I'd
Oops.
like to do something about it.
Cool. You can do something on your turn next round.
Well, then, do we learn the word for friends and kobolds, please?
Oh god, no. He's freaking out. He's flailing and screaming and... Ah! See, chat's totally in line with me.
Well, by chat you mean one person.
I mean, agree. You guys are totally being casual about crabmen. Crabmen? Huh? I'm not interested in crabs.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
Blame Neil. See? One person for us.
Oh, that
Think
person doesn't
It's
count.
a mod and he's a Twitch subscribers turbo thing, so...
So obviously he's
sub.
biased.
Oh, he counts for like 3 people, clearly.
I mean, I don't
He's got
often like
all
to...
He's got all the logos in the world.
I don't like to rely on chat for grouped consensus, but in this time, I think you guys turn around and the crabmen are way closer than you thought they would be. Maybe that's the situation, is people shouted crab, you guys didn't look back at the water, but here they are now, scuttling up the beach towards you. The first crabman comes right at Bruno with a 1 pince and a 2nd pince. And what is your armor class there, Bruno?
It is 14.
You are safe. The crabman misses you entirely with 1, and the other one snips at your armor but does not penetrate it. A second one comes up towards who? Towards Albert. And reaches out with his 2 big, red, shiny claws. 1 miss and 1 hit. Albert, one of the claws cuts into you for 4 points of damage.
Don't ask for my armor class?
It's not 17. It's not a 19, is it?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 4 damage, so I'm almost dead. That's nice.
And the third crab goes right at Algrund. Algren, what's your armor class?
It is 10.
You get pincered.
Oh!
Actually, you get criticaled and double critical pincered. You get
What?
wrecked, Algrind.
Fuck.
Yeah. I guess you just turned around at the last moment or something, and the
I was
crab
just
comes
like-
up and
Here's my anus. Why don't you destroy it?
yeah. Give me 2 saving throws versus death, Algrind. This is
Okay.
not a good day for you.
God, you're right. Okay.
Holy crap.
Let's see.
You take.
Okay, sorry. So what do I roll for that?
Give me a
Like, yeah.
d20, and you want to roll your death save or higher. It's like paralyzation, poison, death magic. It's to the left of your HP at the top of your saving throw list.
To the left of me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So d20 plus 10.
Yes. No,
Okay.
you just want to roll a d20. I'm sorry, an equal to or higher than that number.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not plus. My bad. My bad.
Ah!
Oh shit! And give me a second one. That's really bad. That's really bad, Jess.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh my gosh.
That increases the severity of their die. Okay, the second one's fine. You take 21 damage from the 2 snips.
I only have 20 HP.
Okay, you are at -1.
That means you're unconscious, but not dead.
I'm bleeding profusely out of my anus.
That sounds awful.
Well, when you get pincered in the anus, you tend to. It's a weak part of the dwarven anatomy. I don't know if you guys knew this about dwarves, but we have a very
God.
thin membrane, in our anal cavity. It's not a nice place to be stabbed, and that's.
I
Okay,
mean,
severity
you learn
is
something new about dwarves every day.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Pretty messy.
Yeah.
armor
So I'm
damaged.
unconscious.
Armor damaged. So whatever armor you have on you is badly damaged now. Abdomen injured, minor bleeding, 1/2 movement, -2 penalty all attacks. Yeah, but you're at you're at negative anyway, so it doesn't matter. But thank God you have armor, otherwise you would be in worse condition. But before your armor can be useful anymore, you need to get it repaired. Just as a heads up, but you're also at -1. And initiative rolls, please, everyone.
I didn't get to go.
Yeah, I told you they get a round because you were all just chatting, and then we argued about it.
Okay, so aren't I unconscious? Do I still roll initiative? Because
No, you just take bleeding
Yeah.
damage on your
I thought
party's
we
turn.
rolled initiative individually, and then when her rounds arrives, then.
You know what? There's few enough crabs that we can do individual initiative. That's a good call. Why don't you all roll initiative individually?
Oh, I forgot to add my speed. Add 6 to that, so 10.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't forget to
Oh,
roll my speed.
I forgot to roll my speed. Too.
I'm just not rolling with a weapon.
What's the time to get her out of the way and try to patch
3.
her? Okay, so add 3 to mine. Sorry.
So you go at 12. Maribel goes at 10. Trump goes at what?
9. I'm not using a weapon.
What are you doing?
Running mainly.
Okay, so add 3 to that then.
Oh,
Every-
3 is
yeah.
the default for.
For pretty much most actions.
Okay.
Okay. And the crabs go at 5 and 6, so they go first. One of
And
them
what about
moves
the
from.
villagers?
Hmm?
The villagers don't do shit.
They didn't have weapons. They ran to get weapons last round and are coming back. They'll make it back here at the end of the round, but they didn't have weapons on them at the time. The first one scuttles over Algrund back to Maribel and pinces at Maribel with 2 wild misses. The second one, face to face with Bruno, tries to pincer him again. 1 hit for 6 points of damage, Bruno. It is a nasty pinch at you. And then Maribel goes at 10.
I keep forgetting. So I have base melee adjust that's +2, and then I have +3 to hit with the halberd. Is that
Just always use
combined?
the halberd one.
Okay, so it's just +3.
Yeah. The base melee adjust would be for any other weapon other than your halberd.
2. That was almost a 20.
One number away. You swing and you miss. Albert, you are next.
So I'd like to, without
Look,
giving
Amber
them an
now.
attack of opportunity, just basically grab Algrund and just drag him as far away as possible from battle. Ideally, behind villagers. Like
Well,
I'm trying
there's a
to get.
Crabman right in front of you who pincered you last round.
Oh.
So if you move away from him, you can take a withdraw action,
Yeah.
but you can't take a withdraw action and drag Algrund with you as well.
Hmm.
But you could try and withdraw from combat and use Maribel as cover. Or Bruno as cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna withdraw and use Maribel as cover, I guess.
Okay.
And I can't do anything else?
Is there anything else that you want to do?
Well, I can't grab Algrund. I can't move further away from combat.
Well, you could move and cast a spell.
So I can withdraw and cast a spell?
Oh, no, you're right. You can't. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. That's it. That's all you can do.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing.
All right. You back up behind Maribel. Bruno, you're also going at 12. What are you doing?
I'm going to withdraw and get fairly far away.
Okay. So you withdraw using Maribel as cover as well, which leaves... So basically you've got, like, Maribel and the other two of you are on the sides, and as you back up behind Maribel, the crabs just come and ignore you, and now the three of them are surrounding Maribel, one in front and two on her sides.
Good, completely according to plan.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And the last Crabman goes, trying to attack Maribel with a miss and a hit. Maribel, what's your armor class? Maribel? Armor class? Muted?
Muted? I said 15.
You are criticaled by one of the crabs for 6 damage. Give me a saving throw versus death. That is a fail. 2d4.
I scream out to the party that we should just grab Algrund and retreat.
4 severity. 10 location. They pincer you in the face, Maribel.
How rude.
Yeah, well, they're like 6 foot tall crabmen. They can, and then their arms are pretty long, so they can definitely reach your face. Slashing versus humanoid. Head grazed. Stunned. D3 rounds. Minor bleeding.
Oh,
Oh my god. So Maribel, he scratches you in the face, and you actually reel from the blow. And you're just kind of like seeing stars and...
Oh, I also meant to say because I obviously had to put Dogface down in order to fight. When I put him down, I yelled, "Go find Gloppy," and I put him down.
Oh, yeah, he bolted. He just...
Yeah. But I yelled, "Go find Gloppy," specifically.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sitting there reeling.
Yeah, you are out of combat
Awesome.
for 1 to 3 rounds, unfortunately.
How much damage got done to me?
6. Everybody roll initiative except for poor Algrund who lost an HP that round. Actually, you should
And
roll
me,
it
because
so we
I'm
know when
stunned.
you... Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I
except-
still have to roll initiative even though I'm unconscious.
just to know when it is that you're bleeding in case someone tries to attend to your wounds.
Aha. Great. Thank you. That's very
Mhm.
sure.
Neil, you said I don't roll because I'm stunned, right?
Right. 13, 8.
I scream out, retreat!
I flop along bleeding, but you know, if I could talk right now, I would be saying that we should retreat as well, because
Well-
fuck the Crabmen.
Jess, you go first. You take another bleeding point. You're at -3. If you get to
You're
-10, you're dead.
The Crabmen!
8 goes next. Bruno, what do you do?
Are there any townsfolk running towards us?
Yes, there are a few townsfolk, 6 of them, running with spears. 2 of them have nets as well.
Are they closer to me or are the crabs closer?
The crabs are closer.
All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna back off while not making it look like a retreat.
So you're going to run away, but try and make it look like you're not running away.
I'm going to kind of like backpedal a bit while pulling out my crossbow.
You're going to advance towards the rear.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. You backpedal out of the way. The Crabmen go all at once. They attempt to have a feeding frenzy on Maribel, who is standing there stunned and reeling from the blows. Hopefully this is not the end of Maribel as we know it. Your armor class is 17 or 15? 15, right? Okay. Okay.
My armor class wasn't supposed to adjust with my level, was it?
It is not. Okay, so Maribel, you can't really notice these things happening because you're stunned, and even the pain just kind of washes over you all at once. The rest of you guys see the 3 Crabmen just surround Maribel and start ripping at her, cutting little holes into her all over the place. It's actually quite a bit of damage, and Maribel starts bleeding fairly profusely from the numerous wounds she sustains. You take a total of 15 points of damage over the course of the round as these Crabmen nip at you all over the place. And
It
then...
is as though I'm 1/6 of my former self.
Albert, it is your turn.
Is there any way I can grab Algrind and drag him away with me towards the villagers without having an attack of opportunity?
He is behind the Crabmen now, between the Crabmen and the water.
The Crabman is occupied attacking.
You're right. So you could try and go around them, go in the water, pull Algrind out, and go around. But if a Crabman decides to switch from Maribel to you, you're going to be right in its path. But you can try it. You can do whatever you want.
No, I think I'm gonna die if I try it. It's gonna be even worse. I will yell out at the townsfolk to get Algrind out of the way so that I can heal him, while I retreat behind them and take out my bow and arrow.
Okay. Are you going to
I
shoot any of those?
Yes, but I'm trying to get as far away as possible behind the townsfolk.
Okay, so you can move and get 1 shot off.
Okay, deal.
Make your shot.
Oh, are they back to me now since they're attacking?
Nope. They're
Really?
one of back attack doesn't matter. You need a humanoid to get sneak attack. You can get a +1 for flank.
Crabmen.
Yes, I did say Crabmen, but they're still not very man-like. Just
Damn
because-
it.
If I didn't roll, I assumed that I couldn't do it because I rolled initiative on not using a bow. So
Never mind.
You can get a attack at the very end of the round then.
okay, I'll do that too then.
All right, next.
Go ahead and get your attack at the very end of the round there.
Yep.
13 is a ping off of the Crabman's armored shell. You're level 4, Bruno?
Yes.
You should have +2 to hit, as a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we forgot that in the last level up. And the townsfolk come in, wielding their spears and nets. 2 of them throw nets at the Crabmen. Both of them... Well, no, one of them misses, one of them hits. And he tries to restrain the Crabman. Ooh, and does. One of the crabmen gets swept off of its feet as the net envelops it and tugs it. It's now on its back, being pulled towards the townsfolk. The other net missed. 2 of the spearmen come to the netted crabman, who's on its back with its belly facing the sky, and just stab down into it over and over again. Only one of them hits, though, doing 5 damage to the crabman. And the other 2 spearmen go after one of them that is fighting Maribel. A hit and a miss. For 5 damage as well. Okay, can I get the entire party to roll initiative, including Maribel, who comes out of her stun this round?
Finally.
It's been 1 round.
What's retreat? 3?
And nobody tried to get
Yes.
Algren?
Nope.
I repeat. Somebody
roll
please
initiative
get
for
Algren.
Well, that would be the same with 3, right? Like, if I'm gonna grab her and drag her, 3 would be the same initiative.
Yeah, but you'd have to walk past the crabs instead of withdrawing past them. That would give you them attacks of opportunity.
I rolled the wrong thing. Should I re-roll, or can you just...
No, just
do one?
adjust the number. What are you doing?
I meant to do D10 plus 3, but I did D20 plus 3.
Yeah,
and
but
I
it's
got-
still below a 10, so you're cool.
Okay.
Looks like Jess, you take a bleeding point at the start of the round.
Of course I do. So I'm at -4 now.
Actually, Maribel goes first, but I don't think she can bandage you this round. What are you doing, Maribel?
I'm just grabbing her and running away.
Okay, that'll give 2 of the crabs attacks of opportunity on you. Because you have to, like, they're closed with you, and you're going to have to walk away from them. Do you do it?
No. Can you explain the positioning of us on the beach?
Sure. Let's flip to a map that we can draw things on for a moment. Oops. So what we have here is the water line. And you've got like a dock sticking out into the water. Oh, it's showing up on stream. Yeah, cool. And then we had crabmen coming out of the water. So we've got crab. Oh, that's a bad C. Crab. There's a crab over here that's in a net. That's being pulled, and he's got 2 townsfolk next to him stabbing at him. Then we have Maribel, and we have Algrund over here. If that makes any sense at all. That line's a little thick. So if you wanted to get to Algrund, you'd have to walk past these crab guys and kind of...
And I wouldn't survive that.
I don't know. If they miss, or if they roll low damage, it's theoretically possible.
I retreat hoping that they'll follow me.
Okay, they do follow you, and as you retreat, they change their target from you to this townsman instead.
Oh.
But you back up, and now you, Trump, and Albert are all well behind this line. Actually, you know what? One of these guys, I forgot 2 other townsmen. There were 2 townsfolk over here. So that guy stays where he is, and this one comes over here. Like that.
I'm coming for you, don't worry. Now that they're otherwise occupied, I'll come get you.
Okay, whose turn is next? Maribel. Now Jess takes her point of bleeding damage. And now the town goes, actually. The 2 guys over the crab in the thingy stab at it again. Critical hit. and they kill the crab in the net. He is dead. He dies with a kind of a, and you hear this weird clicking and hissing noise coming out of him.
So does that mean they can reuse the net? I guess so.
It would take a while to get the other crab out. It'd take a couple of rounds, but in theory they could.
Reusable net.
The ones facing the other crabmen stab at it with one hit. They're actually rolling surprisingly well against this guy. Great job. And then the crabmen... what is 17 and 12? Oh yeah, you guys are way last. Then the crabmen go.
I thought I had like a 12.
Yeah, 12 was
Yeah.
pretty slow.
Okay.
I think one townsfolk just got ripped to shreds. Oh yeah. One of the townsfolk completely dies. And I think that's 2. No, that's only 6 points of damage. He could live. He doesn't. One of the townsmen is severely wounded, and one of them is completely eviscerated. And then party's turn.
I run
Or
for.
Or townsfolk.
Well, the one fighting the crabman by the beach is dead, and the one that's next to the net is wounded. But it is Bruno or Albert's turn.
Okay, I'll just be shooting the guy near the townsfolk.
Okay.
Or attempting to.
Miss Albert. Yeah, Albert.
So now that we're kind of out of the way, are they still around Algren?
Take a look at the map.
Not really.
Albert, don't worry too much about Algren. We must deal with this threat before they kill more townsfolk.
What if Algren dies? What's the use of that?
Do you have any way to stabilize Algren?
Anybody can stabilize Algren.
I don't think it would be that quick a fix, would it be?
It'd be a
Yes.
full round action to try and bind his wounds with an intelligence check. If you fail the check, you cannot bind him. So,
Yeah.
depending
I'm
on your int
gonna-
score...
Alright, so Algren's like the ape thing there, right? Let me ping. It's that?
I
that's
didn't
it.
see that
Okay.
ping, but Algrund is the A. Yeah, that guy.
Okay. And where am I?
You're behind Maribel. You're at the bottom of the screen, off screen.
I don't see it. Damn it.
Yeah, well, you guys moved well behind the town. Remember you said I retreat as far as I can? So you're pretty far away.
Then I'm gonna ask Bruno if he can come with me and drag her back with me. Instead of attack.
I already did.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay.
Besides, we wouldn't need to drag her. It would just be to bind her wounds to make sure she doesn't bleed out.
I don't want
Combat.
to die here.
no
Whatever.
long discussions in
Okay.
combat. Let's go, let's go.
I go grab her and I drag her back. I use my full
Okay.
action to drag her as far as possible.
All right, you run up to Algrund and start to drag him
Yeah.
back away. Bruno, get your
Yeah.
second shot.
Darn.
I'm sorry, Bruno. And next round initiative. $13. 8. So crap, 17. I didn't see a bleeding for Algrund, but it's okay. We'll get it when we can. I think it's probably going to bleed out anyway. So Algrund, why don't you just take your bleeding point of damage? One of the crabs goes first. A hit and a crit. A hit and a double crit, actually. Oh no. This other townsfolk is just gone. The one by the beach. And then Maribel goes. Maribel, what are you doing? You're muted still.
Alright, I'm trying to rescue Algren.
I already dragged
Algrund is
off
already
the way.
rescued by Albert.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind. I thought that the A didn't move, so it didn't work.
Oh, no, I just didn't move the A.
Then, is there anyone else from our party that's still in danger?
No one that's... All the townsfolk are taking the brunt of the damage.
But I'm basically out of danger. I'm in melee range, but out of danger, right?
Yeah. No, you're not.
I mean,
You're not
I'm
in
not
melee
in
range.
I'm in
You're...
missile range.
Yeah.
So I'll throw a spear then. It'll probably change my speed.
Yeah, you'll go a little bit later. Actually, you're still go at the same spot. Everyone else rolled really poorly.
All right, I throw a spear.
Rolled a hit.
Plus.
No, your spear clinks off of the crabsman's armor. I can't move the A. It's not moving. I can spin it, but I can't drag it. I'm just going to remove him. Okay.
My goal is to stay out of danger, so like, I want to stay as far back as possible, and like if someone comes toward me, like my goal is to run.
Sure. The one remaining spear townsfolk is backing up, or hurls his spear and backs up. The spear misses, but he's getting out of there.
Are there any more townsfolk running at us?
There are a few more townsfolk watching, but let's see, what other? They had 6 spear. Oh, there's the 2 net guys. They still have to go. The net guys also throw their spears. Natural 20. Good job, net guy. He spears one of them for 3 points of damage. And the wounded crab begins to fall back. And Albert, go.
Sorry, my mic was being stupid. I will try to stabilize Algrind.
Int check, please.
26.
You bind Algrin's wounds. He is no longer dying.
Hooray!
Ah, bang! Albert. Man.
Bruno.
I knew I was smart and could figure it out. Don't need to be a real healer after all.
All right. More shots coming right up. Hey, that might be good enough.
There you go. That's a hit.
When you level up, do you get bonuses to hit and to damage?
No,
or just
no damage bonus.
Okay. Haha, 6.
Nice. You pierce the crab's shell, and your arrow finds home. Give me a second attack roll. No, that is a wide miss. And the crabs are not entirely stupid. Seeing that he is alone, the crabman retreats at the end of the round into the water. And the 2 crabs disappear, leaving 2 townsfolk dead, one of them bleeding to death, possibly dead at this point. A very badly wounded Algrind, and an almost dead Algrind, and a badly wounded Maribel.
The badly wounded Albert.
And a badly wounded Albert. It is not a great day for your party in
Basically,
combat.
everything sucks. And we're all crappy. But we're alive!
You are alive for the time being.
Was that Maribel? We're all crabby? Oh. I laugh weakly.
I laugh in the...
My unconscious corpse appears to smile, ironically.
I attempt to bandage that almost dead townsperson. Bind their wounds, so to say. Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah,
give me an
I'd like to
intelligence
go
check.
around binding wounds too if there's.
Oh, actually, I see Albert moving towards him, and I'll let him take care of it.
How many intelligence checks do we need?
1. The others are dead.
2.
22 is a success.
Ah, I knew I was like a medic without the classes. Ha ha ha.
Okay. At the end of the day, it doesn't
I'm
look.
not taking any bleeding damage, right?
No.
Okay.
But you are somethinged. So it's been a few hours since everything happened. It's late afternoon right now while all this is going on. The town gathers, giving some half-hearted cheers that the crabs have withdrawn, but with 2 people dead, 2 in critical condition, and only 1 crabman slain, it's not looking so great.
Can we kind of extract the good parts from the crab, like crab meat plus crab shell? As
Sure. I mean, you have
potential-
yeah, you can cook up the meat. You can do whatever you want with the shell.
I also collect my spear.
Okay. Those of you that fired arrows, please mark those off as lost. So eventually, the town
For the
gets to
missed
talking.
arrows, is there any chance to recover them in working condition?
50% chance for each arrow. How many arrows did you miss?
Oh boy. Let's
Yeah, I don't
see.
remember either. I think you missed like
Get 'em out.
3. You fired 5 and you hit once, right?
Yeah. So 4.
4.
You can just take 2. If
You get 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Maximum value for your arrows.
Low on supplies here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I get back my arrows too?
How many arrows did you miss in this fight?
1.
Nope, it's lost.
Okay. I have 10 arrows left.
Okay, so Algrind, whenever it is that you wake up, if you ever wake up, you are you are still in bad condition, and we've got some lasting effects that you're going to need to start treating because your torso is badly wounded. Beyond just like bleeding damage, it will hamper your movement and combat capabilities. But I think you have healing spells that can take care of it. But we'll still have to deal with that when we get there next week. The town gets together, and there's a discussion to be had. At the start of the fight, the crabs did surprise people and everything. But one of the townsfolk, one of the brothers of one of the dead guys, speaks up and says, I know these crabs are terrifying folk, but I got something I need to say. I got something I got to get off my chest. And it's not going to be a popular thing here, but my brother's dead, and I got to do right by him.
Arabelle is in no mood. She looks skeptical.
Sheriff Bruno here ran to the back of the fight, while my brother ran to the front of the fight. And I think if we have a sheriff, he ought to behave like a sheriff and be the first one in. I say we get rid of Bruno as sheriff and make Marigold sheriff.
Maribel.
Sorry, Maribel.
This is good.
And I'm going to make him a charisma check to see how many people agree with him. There is quite the murmur of, yeah, I saw that too. That's what Tommy was saying. Yeah. Someone else speaks up and says, Bruno, what the hell?
I say clearly none of you have any understanding for military strategy. Bruno's strengths lie in the back line.
Well, perhaps we should have a sheriff whose strength lies in the front. That's not very inspiring when you see your sheriff running the opposite way of danger. Maybe it's time we find a sheriff who can inspire the troops in battle.
I just silently look at Bruno.
What if we establish new ranks? What if we have a sheriff that handles the pre-battle and the post-battle roundabouts, and we have an in-fight leader, which is Maribel.
I raise my voice.
And we
say,
have a ship captain, which is me, and we have a head healer, which is Algren.
I say, if I am
If
sheriff,
Algren survives.
If Algren survived. God bless his soul. What's the name of your god?
Dorbath and Guam.
Dorbat and Guam, bless his soul.
I say, if I were to become sheriff, I would not work under the deadbeat thief mayor that is Donalda Trumpet. I would only serve Bruno as mayor if I were to take on the role of sheriff.
Deadbeat mayor? There's a whole bunch of hullabaloo. But what's wrong with Donalda Trumpet? She's been great.
She has lost all of your money, if not stolen it herself.
What? The whole town freaks out, and the entire chaos turns
That's the
towards
thing
the
I
mayor.
wanted to ask to the kobold. Crap. I knew I forgot something.
Mayor Trumpet tries to settle people down, and once she gets a chance to speak, she says, "We had bigger things to worry about, and I didn't want to mention it. But sometime during the storm, someone came in and stole the entire treasury of the town." Again, more uproar from the crowd. "What the hell? Who did it? Kobolds did it. Maribel had a kobold earlier. She's in league with the kobolds. Yeah, she arrived just before the storm, too. No, that's ridiculous." There's a lot of arguing back and forth, and I think we're going to see the fallout from this discussion next week. If you players want to come up with arguments and think about how you want to play this out, you now have a week to figure out what you're going to say.
I like it. I like it.
Goodness.
I like it, Neil.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. As always, this episode, if you missed any of it, will be on youtube.com/Misscliks. If you want to watch future episodes, don't forget you can follow and subscribe if you like to support us. You'll also get some cool emotes. And you can follow us on Twitter to be notified when this show, as well as other shows, go live, because we have multiple shows throughout the week. Today is Tuesday. That means that we will have Indie LP, Eye on the Storm. No Eye on the Storm this week. And table flip and board games all happening for the rest of the week. So be sure to tune into those shows. And also find our lovely guests on social media. For example, where can you find Jess on social media?
You can find me on Twitter. I am on Twitter at JessBrohard, twitch.tv/Jess, youtube.com/JessBrohard, and facebook.com/JessBrohard.
What about... Yeah, she
Yes.
tagged you.
Okay.
Yeah, tag in Jen.
Oh, okay.
Tagging you in like that. You see?
All right. You guys can follow me at LiveInPinkSC2, and you can follow the game I'm working on at Rainbow Six Game. And if you're into it, you should really go read the patch notes that are like 7 pages long that I wrote because I care about them. I think they're nice. I'm actually really proud of it, so that's why I'm promoting
someone cares about patch notes.
my own patch notes. But I was learning out doing it. I even put a joke in about the character count in our chat. So, like, just for the joke, you should go check them out. Really.
Who's next?
Patch notes.
Tag.
All right, you can find me at TrumpSC on Twitter and TrumpSC on Twitch. You can also find me tomorrow at the Coke Gameathon. Why don't you tell us about it, Anna?
Tag me. I will also be at the Coke Gameathon. I'm going to be hosting.
Wow.
Trump will be playing. And it's free, and you can come to it if you live in SF at the Foundry. It's going to be really fun. And there's also free drinks for the first 100 people that come to it. I haven't tweeted about it because there's some weird new rule that, like, if I tweet about it, I have to tweet that it's an ad because it's technically my job that I'm doing it and I'm on camera or something. I don't know. But verbally, I am telling you that I am getting paid to work this event, but it's still going to be fun and it's free and you should come and hang out with us. And you can find me online at annaprosser.com and especially Twitter at annaprosser. And the rest of this week, I'll be doing Coke Gameathon, waiting in line for Star Wars, and probably live tweeting, periscoping, and vlogging that, and on Twitch Weekly on Friday. Neil.
I got one more thing too. Can I say it now? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought about it. Today we released a new community corner video because people just asked in the chat if I was still doing interviews, and it is an interview, and it's about how we make maps in Rainbow Six, and I'm in it asking questions. So I will link it in chat. You should go look at it, give it a like, comment it, so that people know that community corners are good videos.
Sweet. For me, I'm going to go grab some breakfast right now, but in half an hour, I'm going to be coming back and we're going to do some more world building for the continent that these people are on. We're going to be naming towns, we're going to be figuring out cultures, religions, all that sort of stuff. We've been doing it all week and all of last week, and it's super fun. I think we're going to be working on Shirebrook a little bit more, where the start of Hardcore Heroes will be, which, speaking of, we are rolling characters for Hardcore Heroes on this Saturday. And that is super exciting because the cast of Hardcore Heroes are Twitch viewers who applied and auditioned, and then we have the final 4, the best 4 out of the 30-something that applied, and we're going to make our characters up on this Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And if you want to come in and be a part of the world building process for that, swing on over to twitch.tv/Koivu. In about half an hour, go get some dinner, get a little bit of food and water. We'll meet you back at my channel in a bit.
Fantastic. Twitch plays D&D.
So cool.
Twitch
I'm so
plans
excited for
D&D.
that. And since Neil's going to be working on world building, I'll go ahead and make sure that Misscliks hosts him, which even though you're not live, it should take.
I will be live. I'll put up a live and a countdown screen, so we'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to stay and talk in Misscliks chat, you can, or go over to Neil's chat, either one. But we will be hosting it.
Okay.
Cool. Find us again here next week at the same time, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.